What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, and welcome back to another first ride review. Up today we have another very special bike. We have the KTM 1290 SUPERDUKE R. Massive thank you to the owner of this bike for letting me have a spin on it today, see how it is. Make sure to give him a follow over on Instagram. But yeah, what a beautiful looking bike this is. Super excited to ride this bike, known as a bit of a torque monster, so this should be a very fun episode. So as always, we will take a look around the bike, do some cinematics, then we will go through some of the stats on the bike, then we will jump on it and see how it feels to ride this bike. So as always, guys, thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the video.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Right, so as you can see, it is an absolutely beautiful looking bike. I absolutely love the colours on this. It really pops in the sun with all the bright orange, and you see it's got loads of nice little trick bits on it. Loads of carbon fibre around there, carbon fibre on the seat cowl, all carbon fibre around there on the rear mudguard, all carbon fibre around here. Carbon fibre absolutely everywhere, which is awesome. EvoTech lever's got loads of nice goodies on it. You'll see the Aquafit exhaust on this. Looks absolutely incredible. All the titanium's all blued out. And yeah, that looks absolutely awesome. And I'm sure it's going to sound absolutely awesome. We will go through some of the stats. This, of course, has a 1300cc liquid cooled 75-degree V-twin engine, and it produces 180 horsepower with 140 newton meters of torque. That is absolutely insane. Shed load of torque. This thing is known as a bit of a torque monster. It's got a dry weight of approximately 189 kg, and it has a 835mm seat height. So yeah, we'll be nice and quick today on the stats, as like I always say, the stats only say so much about a bike, and I'm pretty desperate to get on this thing and see how it is. So let's jump straight on this bike and see how it is. Right, let's jump on this bike. So you see, it's a very lovely sunny morning. And this bike is, of course, keyless, so I have the key in my pocket, so we will try and figure out. I think it's easy as there we go, just like that. Keys in my pocket, click the unlock button, swing a leg, okay, damn, that sounds good. You can hear that twin fire into life. It's quite a funny seating position, really. Somewhat aggressive for a naked bike, I would say. There is actually quite a bit of weight forward, and the feeling of the tank in front of you, there's such a short feeling front end, but the tank feels so high up, which is quite a funny feel. Quite a different clutch feel as well to the bike I've just ridden, which is obviously my Z900 RS. Wow, the front end ahead of you with the tank and everything, it just feels so tall. It's quite a fun feeling, but oh wow, the noise of this thing already is absolutely incredible. It sounds so good. Just feels angry. Oh wow, that quick shift is incredible. Obviously also got the auto blipper down, which feels very nice. It's a very agricultural feeling engine. It's very vibraty. You can feel it almost idling away beneath you, and it's almost a really cool feeling. It kind of adds to the character and kind of rawness of the bike, because it just feels like you've got an angry beast beneath you, to put it simply. It just feels angry the way it's rumbling away beneath me. But it feels very easy to ride. There's a little bit of judderiness down low, but that's expected from a bike like this. Yeah, that quick shifter is absolutely seamless. That works beautifully well. Yeah, so far it feels quite sedate. You know, it's easy to ride, and obviously that is the beauty of a naked bike like this, especially a super naked. It's got absolutely ridiculous power and absolute ridiculous fun, which I'm sure we will feel when we get onto some more open roads. But it's also very easy to ride, and like I said, it is a bit more kind of lent over the bars than some naked bikes, but compared to obviously a sport bike, it's very comfortable and very easy to ride around town. I can imagine, obviously I'm not doing that in this video, but that would be boring for me to take this bike around town and test it, but it's going to do the job pretty well. You're going to not have too much of a struggle. It feels slightly juddery, but that's expected from a big beefy twin. It just kind of adds to the character for a purist motorcyclist like myself, but yeah, it'd be boring to test it in that mannerism, so we will head to some more open roads where we can get a proper feel for this bike. But so far, I'm loving it. It feels very characterful and very angry. Get a good little feel for the acceleration here, hopefully. God, it sounds so angry. And you can already get a little bit of a feel there for the torque. Very kind of this gentleman. Oh wow, that is just ridiculous. Fourth gear there, and the torque is just immediate. It just pulls like a train, and that's in fourth gear. I'm incredibly excited to feel some of the lower gears. God, it feels so premium going down the gears on the auto blipper, and that front brake feel is phenomenal. Sounds awesome. It just feels so angry as well, and wow, for a naked bike it feels incredibly agile, especially a 1300cc bike. You'd think it would feel a bit heavy and almost sluggish, but you get a tiny little glimpse there of the hand end, and it feels extremely nimble from what you would expect a bike like this to be. Hopefully we get a better feel of that as we get further into this ride. Oh yeah, that handles really nicely actually. Wheels straight away trying to come up there, and the traction even in third there. That wheel trying to come straight up there, that is hilarious. Traction controls there. Having to battle with it there. Obviously that's the shed load of torque coming in, and wow, through those corners, it's beautiful. In fact, what I might do here is, because it just feels quite restrictive to kind of go through the thing, I'll see how I do this. Here we go. Off. Okay. See how it reacts now to a bit of acceleration. It's just so angry. Third gear, just wanted to pull the wheel. That is absolutely hilarious. It's just instant torque, instant anger. It's so aggressive. And the thing I noticed there is you get so much more out of the bike by turning, obviously, like the anti-wheelie offers on a bike like this with so much torque. having it on, it just has to do so much to stop the wheel coming off the floor. It's restricting the power so much that when you turn it off a notch, I mean obviously there I was deliberately accelerating quite hard, but if I'm to modulate the throttle, I'll get a lot more out of the bike, which I'm sure we will feel on the next little straight. But get a little feel here through the corners. Want to be a bit careful in case there's any gravel or anything, but yeah, it feels incredibly nimble for a big angry naked bike like this. Awesome. Even I wasn't expecting that. Third gear there, it's just coming straight. Oh, that's hilarious. The equivalent of this bike right now feels a bit like I'm riding a ball. The wheel is just flying all over the place, and it is absolutely hilarious trying to manage this thing. But yeah, it just pulls like an absolute train. It is absolutely hilarious. It is supersonic. It really is supersonic. It just, from the second you accelerate, it is just instant power. It is hilarious. And it's beautiful as well. Obviously with this being an upright naked bike, it's so comfortable, so it kind of can just do absolutely everything on the road. If you want to cruise around, or if you want to go angry and ride on some country roads like this and have some fun, you can do that. But then when you get to the town, it's not at all straining, and you can just cruise on it, chill like we're doing here. It's very easy, it's very manageable, it's just comfortable and nice really. And it's that's what the beauty of Super Nakeds are. And this is probably the most angriest Super Naked that I've ridden. It doesn't feel very refined, obviously, because it's a big thumpy big twin, and that's not what it's supposed to feel, you know. Refined would be boring. This is kind of the angry, crazy bull of the Super Nakeds, and I can feel that already. It just is fun, anger, and just kind of character. It doesn't want to be refined and dull. It's all about excitement, this bike, and my god is it doing that incredibly well already. See, we're getting a bit more of a feel here of it around town, and yeah, it's incredibly easy and chilled. I've said it already, but it feels so nimble, and it almost feels very small when you're on it. It has a weird feeling, like I said, of the front end ahead of you feeling quite short, and the tank feels very high, but it feels very much like a small, lightweight, nimble bike, which is just hilarious to think about when it's a 1300cc twin. But yeah, like I said, it's incredibly nice around town. That front brake feel is super nice. It's very nice and progressive. Everything about the bike feels pretty premium. Everything you touch, the quick shifter up and down, with the auto blipper of course as well, the clutch feel, the front brake feel, the rear brake feel, the dash ahead of you, everything feels very premium. And it's a nice mixture of premiumness but also just straight rawness, because like I said, the ride doesn't feel exactly premium, and I'm saying that obviously just from getting off of my Z900 RS. Obviously an inline 4 is all about, you know, smoothness, linear power delivery and premium feel, whereas this is the complete opposite. This is just straight character, straight rawness. It's got so much like going on, such a crazy feeling of just such a big engine vibrating away beneath you, but it's awesome. It gives such a better character, and you almost feel quite connected to it, and it feels like you're riding a beast. So it definitely gives a lot more character. I've said that a million times in this video, but out of all the Super Nakeds, this one is probably the angriest and the most characterful. But like I said, even in amongst that, it is incredibly easy to ride around town like we are doing. I can't get over the hand in it as well. It's just wonderful. angry, very angry. God, that noise when you change gears with the quick shifter is awesome. And I absolutely love the display on it as well. It's really nice, it looks really clean, but it's also not kind of throwing too much information in your face. That was, don't know what that was, I just ran over, sorry. Sorry to the owner, that is. Yeah, like I said, it's not kind of ramming too much information in your face. It's nice and simple, gives you all the information you need without kind of just too much, and it's not too complicated. The dash is very easy to navigate. If I show you here, you know, you can change if you go on track there, you can change the little settings, turn things off. It's very, very easy to use. Everything's very easy to navigate. This has also got cruise control, and yeah, it's generally a beautiful package on the road because you've got all the nice necessities like ease of use, not too overcomplicated. You've got cruise control, you've got a relatively comfortable riding position. It's a bit more lent over than some naked bikes, but compared to the likes of sport bikes, it's very comfortable, very easy to manage, very easy to ride around town, very easy to cruise like I'm currently doing. But then, as I've been showing you, when you want to have some fun, this thing is absolutely ridiculous, absolutely bonkers, shed loads of power, and it's all just instant, and it is so angry and so characterful when you're having a bit more of a joyful ride on this bike. Right, so one thing we've very quickly figured out about this bike is it absolutely drinks through fuel, which is quite funny to see. But yeah, just topping it up fuel, obviously with my Z900 RS, but what a stunning looking bike it is, and my god, is this bike so much fun on the road. Right, jumping back on, it's all fueled up, we will head back the way we kind of came. Sounds incredible, so angry. I love the noise of a twin, they're just such beefy, raw sounding engines. Oh wow, this bike even has launch control, and the thing I love there is that you can kind of change stuff like anti-wheelie mode on the fly whilst riding, which is super nice. But yeah, seeing launch control there, that is incredibly cool, that it's got little trick bits like that. I'm sure there's a million riding modes on the bike. You can even turn off ABS and stuff like that. I'm not going to play around with this in this video, as obviously it's not my bike, so... But yeah, this thing is an absolute toy. So much kind of fun things you can do on it. Like I said, launch control, turning ABS off, so you can do rolling burnout, stoppies. Obviously you can turn off anti-wheelie mode. This thing is kind of designed by KTM to just be the most fun they can make it, and that's what I love about this bike. They do everything they can to just make it about fun, and that's what this bike is all about, fun. And my god, is it incredibly fun. Yeah, as I'm starting to get more of a feel for this bike, it's super nice on the road. I can see why so many people buy them, as it just does everything, it really does. I sound like a broken record saying that in this video, but it is just fun. And I think I'm going to end up repeating myself a lot at this rate, so let's get to some more open roads and enjoy the noise of the bike a bit more and just have some fun, shall we? My god, this thing is absolutely rapid. Once you eventually get that wheel on the floor, it just takes off. It's hilarious. Back through the tunnel. That is absolutely savage. And it does feel so nice. Leans in really, really, really nicely. Yeah, actually really quite a good feel. And obviously the pull out of the corner is absolutely insane. You can't get much more insane pull out of corner than this bike. Well, that noise would never get boring either. As we slowly get back to where we started for this video, just want to say massive thank you to the owner of this bike for letting me ride it and letting me fully enjoy the bike as it should be ridden. Honestly, I really am starting to like this bike. It took me a little while to gel with it fully, I must admit. Obviously jumping off my Z900 RS, this is a completely different kettle of fish in terms of power, speed, but also just engine character and how the bike feels to ride. But to summarise the points I've made in this video, this is such an amazing bike, and it really does hold its own against the other Super Nakeds in terms of Right, so there we go guys, we have made it back. What an absolutely incredible bike it has been. Massive thank you to the owner for letting me take it out for a ride. Yeah, that is an absolute beast of a bike. So much character, so much torque, and just so much anger. It's been an amazing ride experience for sure. As always guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe, join the channel, plenty more content like this to come. And as always guys, I hope to see you next time.